Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Vice Premier Wang.
Chairman Coleman, Chairman Hills, Secretary Pritzker, Secretary Vilsack, and also a lot of names I think I should address today, but since the list is so long, I will just skip all the names. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to attend this banquet. I see many heavyweight figures in the audience who have been dedicated to China-US friendship. Your presence gives us greater confidence in the success of China-US cooperation. I'm sure that the wine served this evening will taste better than what Secretary Lo provided for us, because it is the taxpayers who pay for it, while he is the one who spends taxpayers' money. So I would suggest that in the future, when we should have a dinner like this before going into the dialogue, so that our dialogue can better serve the taxpayers. Well, your applause shows that, it's like the opinion poll. It shows that you endorse my idea, but it's not my decision. It is the decision of the U.S. government whether there will be a change of agenda in the future. Well, all of you present today have long been committed to China-U.S. friendship and contributed significantly to the practical cooperation between the two countries. On behalf of the Chinese government and people, I wish to express thanks and pay tribute to you all. It has been 10 years since my last visit to the United States. Today, 10 years later, I found that our relations have become closer. In past visits, what was high on my mind was how to find the common ground. Well, this time, during this round of dialogue, I suddenly come to realize it may also be necessary for us to keep our differences. China and the United States are two very different countries, with different in national conditions, stage of development, social system, and cultural heritage. Yet it is differences that make our world a distinctive and a colorful place. That applies to Mother Nature, the human society, and social system as well. The United States would not be the United States if it only has Manhattan but not Las Vegas. Our world wouldn't be the same if there is just Washington, D.C., but not Beijing. And if we only have winter, not summer, only women, not men in the world, how boring would it be? Of course, because of differences, there's a need for us to make rules. And to formulate and observe rules, we need to have dialogue, exchange, and a consultation. The economic dialogue is a dialogue conducted under the precondition and the premises of a market economy. The United States has developed market economy for over 200 years, while China only launched its reform and opening up some 30 years ago, and it has been only 20 plus years since we introduced the market economy. Our market economy is not yet a full-fledged one. So in a certain sense, in developing market economy, you are the teacher and we are the student. It is like in a boxing match. China and the United States are not yet in the same weight class. I know that President Obama is a good basketball player, but if we ask him to play against LeBron James, it certainly wouldn't be fair. People hope that China will open its market wider, enhance intellectual property protection, and reform state-owned enterprises. Well, to be frank and to be honest, these are what we are doing in China, but it is impossible to get the job done overnight. In this globalized world, China, a big country with 1.3 billion people, still needs time to bring its national conditions in line with international rules and find a model that suits itself. Well, today, General Scowcroft is also present at the dinner. 2 weeks ago, when he visited China, I had a meeting with him. I asked him if he had anticipated what China would be like today when he was on his secret visit to China in 1972. He said absolutely not. And this is the exact word he told me during our last meeting. A review of past twists and turns in our economic and trade relations will help us a lot in keeping the relations on the right track in the future. The economic dialogue seeks to solve the problems in our economic cooperation. Past experience shows that the most important principle we should follow is not to politicize economic issues. Business is business, and politics is politics. For example, take my example. I am a member of the Communist Party, but like you, when I go back home, I also need to listen to my wife and do what she asks me to do. Because work and life are two separate matters, after all. A few people have been trying to politicize economic issues, and what they are doing has actually taken hostage both China and the United States. If the leaders do not keep a clear head, China and the United States could easily fall into the Thucydides trap. What we should jointly pursue is to do business together while following our respective path and seek win-win cooperation based on mutual respect while avoiding conflict and confrontation. Harmony without uniformity and harmonious coexistence should be the rule followed by all in the world. The S&ED has come to a fruitful conclusion. I am sure that you are all very interested in what outcomes we have achieved in the S&ED. So I want to give you a summary of this round of dialogue with 4 Chinese common sayings. First, getting things started is always difficult. Fortunately, we have got off to a good start. We have reached nearly 90 outcomes in the economic dialogue. Well, I cannot. I won't give you a full detail of all the outcomes. Otherwise, we'll have to, have this dinner going on for hours, and we'll turn the dinner into a breakfast. Well, secondly, a good beginning means half the success. In addition to the outcomes recorded in the outcome list, there is another intangible benefit of this dialogue. That is, the teams of the 2 countries have become knowing each other and laid a good foundation for our future cooperation, which is even more important than the specific results. My relationship with Jacob Liu is now at the first stage. We have become friends. Well, the next stage is to become pals. Well, then in the third stage, we should become sworn friends. Well, thirdly, the third Chinese common saying is that he who is impatient cannot eat hot tofu. Maybe some Americans don't get the meaning of this saying. Maybe you do not know what I'm talking about. Well, if that is the case, my suggestion is for you to go to a Chinese restaurant at Chinatown or in China and try this dish, hot tofu. The fourth Chinese common saying is that it's better to move ahead slowly than just to stand still. Many people in China and the United States, including many of you, have heard about the story of hare and tortoise in Aesop's fable. I think for China-U.S. relations, especially economic cooperation, the most important thing is for us to make a constant progress. Well, although we may not be able to reach the speed of a hare and to grow our relation by leaps and bounds, but at least we can be a diligent tortoise. So I use these four sayings to report to all of you who care for the China-U.S. economic dialogue about what we have achieved in this round of S&ED. In these past 2 days, I've discussed a lot of differences between China and the United States with my counterpart. But tonight, standing here, I feel that all of you, both Chinese and Americans, share one thing in common, and that is we all want to have a good dinner. So bon appetit. Thank you.